Aaron Rodgers be the first QB off the board in fantasy drafts next year?
All right. My answer is yes. I think most definitely he should be, and I have a bunch of reasons why I should. First and foremost, he scored the most fantasy points this year. He beat out Brady. He beat out Manning. Manning had one of his best years ever. He beat out Breeze. Breeze had one of his greatest years ever, and he still beat them both. So that's first and foremost. If you can lead the league against guys that were considered to have their best years ever, you got to put it up there. Second is that he actually had the second most fantasy points in the last 5 years. The only one that beat him was Brady in 2007 when he had 50 touchdowns. So there's another reason for you. Another few things. This past year, Greg Jennings actually had an off year. It was not nearly as close of a year as people thought he was going to have, and he's a much better receiver than that. So I would have to say that next year he's most definitely going to have a better year, and I expect Rodgers to take advantage of that. Another thing, Driver. Driver is playing at a top level right now. He'll be back next year. He says he's going to play till 40. He's a workout warrior, and I don't expect him to lose anything next year, so I would definitely say that he's another reason up there. The offensive line, as crappy as it is, they'll have a full off season together. They'll be able to gel. They'll be able to work on a bunch of things. The young players will get more acclimated. They'll get healthy, and I expect them to be a lot better next year. If they were anywhere close to being decent this year, I can't even imagine what Rodgers would have done. One of the biggest reasons, Jermichael Finley. That guy is a beast. I think everybody's seen that so far. I could see him actually jumping up in the top 5 or 6 tight ends in the league next year. You put all those reasons together, that's pretty much a definite for me. He's not the sexy pick, of course. You got your Manning and your Breeze and your Brady, but I think Rodgers is the best QB out there, fantasy-wise. And throw another thing into the mix. The Packers are talking about maybe even getting an LT, when he moves on from the Chargers. You throw him into the mix coming out of the backfield, I think it's definitely a Rodgers. So yeah, there it is. I would say Rodgers is the #1 next year.